The village of Benares nestled deep within the emerald embrace of the Sal forests, a place where time seemed to stand still. Sunlight dripped through the dense canopy, casting dancing shadows on the dusty path. The air hung heavy with the scent of wood smoke and damp earth. But beneath the idyllic facade, a current of unease ran through the village, whispered from generation to generation. It was the legend of the Churel, a vengeful spirit, they said, that haunted the old well at the edge of the village. The well, shrouded in an almost tangible darkness, had long been abandoned, its once clear water now a breeding ground for mosquitoes and whispered fears. Villagers spoke of the Churel in hushed tones, their voices barely a murmur against the rustling leaves. The Churel, they said, was once a woman, wronged in life and seeking retribution in death. Her spirit, forever trapped between this world and the next, wandered the night, her anklets chiming a haunting melody that sent shivers down the bravest of spines. It was said that she preyed on the unsuspecting, luring them with promises of beauty and riches, only to reveal her true, grotesque form. The legend of the Churel was not just a tale to frighten children, it was a stark warning, a reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of betrayal. The villagers believed that a Churel was born when a woman died in childbirth or soon after, her soul unable to find peace due to the injustice she had suffered in life. She was often depicted as a grotesque figure, her beauty twisted by rage and despair, her long black hair masking a face contorted in eternal agony. Some whispered that the Churel of Benares was once a young bride, Radha, renowned for her beauty and grace. She had been married off to a wealthy landowner from a neighboring village, a man much older than her, driven by greed and lust. Radha, trapped in a loveless marriage, found solace in the arms of a young man from her village, a bond built on love and shared dreams. Their secret rendezvous by the old well, however, was short-lived. The landowner, consumed by jealousy, discovered their affair and exacted his revenge with chilling brutality. He murdered the young man, leaving his body by the well as a warning, and banished Radha from the village, her pleas for mercy falling on deaf ears. Heartbroken and heavily pregnant, Radha sought refuge in the forest but succumbed to exhaustion and despair, dying near the very well that had been a testament to her love. Ravi, a young man on the cusp of manhood, had grown up hearing the tales of the Churel. He had always dismissed them as old wives' tales, stories spun to keep children in check and away from the old well. But tonight, as he walked back to Benares after a long day working in the fields, the forest seemed different, alive with unseen eyes and rustling whispers. The air, thick with the impending monsoon, crackled with an eerie energy. He quickened his pace, his heart pounding against his ribs like a trapped bird. The familiar path seemed to stretch endlessly before him, the dense foliage on either side closing in like a suffocating embrace. He could have sworn he heard the faint chime of anklets carried on the wind, but when he turned, there was nothing but the rustling leaves and the lengthening shadows. He chided himself for his fear, for letting the stories of his childhood get the better of him. Ravi was a practical man, a man of logic and reason. Yet deep down, a primal fear gnawed at his insides. The forest held its breath, the silence broken only by the pounding of his own heart. And then he saw her. A figure stood by the old well, shrouded in the silvery moonlight, her long black hair cascading down her back like a silken waterfall. She turned, and for a fleeting moment their eyes met. Ravi's breath caught in his throat. Her beauty was ethereal, haunting, like a forgotten dream, but it was her eyes that held him captive. Eyes that spoke of a pain so profound, so raw, that it pierced through the veil of fear that had enveloped him. He'd expected to see the grotesque creature of the village tales, the contorted face, the claw-like hands. Instead, he saw a woman, her face etched with sorrow, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. Their eyes locked in a silent exchange, a strange mix of fear and a peculiar kind of understanding passing between them. The anklets chimed again, a mournful sound that seemed to echo his own racing heartbeat. He wanted to look away, to run, to escape the clutches of this ethereal being. But something held him rooted to the spot, a force stronger than his fear. A force that whispered of untold stories and a grief that transcended death. He had heard whispers in the village, rumors of a different kind, rumors that spoke of the Churl's sorrow, her longing for peace. Could it be true? Could this creature of darkness be more than just a vengeful spirit? Could there be a flicker of humanity, a glimmer of something else beneath the surface of her spectral beauty?